Hi, guys. It's great to see you. Truth be told, I haven't been in front of a camera to film in a long while, and I knew I needed to get back in the game, and this seemed like the perfect excuse. So I'm taking a few days off for Thanksgiving for the holiday coming up. I hope you get a chance to take some time as well. I know this holiday is like no other. Right? I know that there are many things that will be missed, right? But there is still so much to celebrate and be grateful for, right? And that's why I'm coming to you today. I wanted to express my gratitude to you. I wanted to leave you with something for this tremendous gift that you've given me throughout not just the last 8 months, but for the last, I think we're going on 14 months here. Our community is small, but we are strong. And thank you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing up physically, mentally, emotionally, and in every way that you have. So, from my heart to yours, um, namaste. Okay. So now for the fun stuff. Okay, so I'm going to be dropping in. There's going to be a handful of 20 to 30-minute videos, keeping it a little bit short. So you can get out and have lots of playtime. Maybe you want to do it, revisit the videos as you go through. So let's jump in, all right? I've built out my seat. I've got my blanket. It always makes me feel more comfortable in my seat, lifting up a little bit higher, building out my curve in my back, and letting those knees relax. So as I've begun here, let's just start here, shall we? Okay. Close the eyes. Roll the shoulders forward, up, and then down the back. Feel a nice tall spine, but then soften the outer layer, right? Soften the front ribs, soften the face, the jaw, the throat, the teeth, the tongue. Soften the hands, soften the elbows, and come into your breath. Right? I know you're already breathing, but do it with awareness. Right? Inhaling in through the nose. Actually watch it, right? Visualize as if you could see that air travel in through the nostril and then down into the lungs. Exhale out the lungs, right? And out the nostrils. As you breathe in, the lungs fill from the bottom to the top in all directions. And as you breathe out, the lungs empty from the bottom to the top in all directions. Breathing in, we get this sense of natural just lengthening of the spine. And as the breath draws out, we think about keeping that space, keeping that length as we feel the collapse, the fall of the lungs, the ribs. Breathing in, the belly is soft, the pelvic floor is soft. Receiving the breath, again, filling that container from the bottom to the top. And exhale, this light lift of the pelvic floor as it sends that breath back up and out. Let's add some gentle movement. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, let the arms float by your sides down. Eyes are closed. Inhale, take the arms up, reach the palms up. Exhale, float the arms down. Inhale, reach the arms up. This time, lift the chin. Give the head a little shake of no at the top. And then exhale as the hands draw to prayer. Pull them into the heart center. Maybe the thumbs connect to the heart itself. And the head softly bows in service. Thank yourself for showing up. And 'tis the season, take this time to offer up your own statement of gratitude. Just someone, or something. When complete, thumbs to third eye, arms extend, the eyes open, and release the hands. All right, switch the cross of the legs. Bring the opposite foot in front just to change that up. We've been seated for a bit. Let the hands follow the hip line, okay? Just link in movement with breath. On the inhale, take the right arm up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, sweep up into reverse, left arm reaches. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, maybe track the gaze, gazing down towards that left hand, side bend. Inhale, rainbow it up, take the head over and around. Exhale, side bend. Nice. One more inhale, side bend. Hold this time. Lengthen out that left arm, lengthen out that left side. Take the right arm softly behind you, rotating some up, and get a little rotation happening. The chest begins to open. And then inhale, gaze it up. Exhale, side bend. And pressing with that grounded right hand, feel the opening of the heart, reaching up. Left arm maybe drops back by the ear. Feeling nice and long all the way from the hip to the fingertips. And then inhale, climb yourself on up. Nice. Bring the arms around. Give yourself a hug, right elbow under left, little eagle wrap through the arms, and then play with it. Inhale, the elbows lift. Exhale, the elbows drop. Inhale, the elbows lift, maybe bridging into a bit of a back bend. Exhale, the elbows drop, maybe rounding into a bit of a cat spine. Inhale again, holding here, maybe doing some little wiggling side to side, any little adjustments. Inhale, maybe feeling that upper heart really begin to extend, puffing up that chest. And then exhale, coming in, rounding and dropping elbows low, and then maybe coming further. Releasing the head, give the head a shake of no, a nod of yes, or any little circle rotations. Inhale, unwind, sweep those arms back through. Exhale, left elbow under right, left elbow under right. Coming to double wrap if available. Always have that option at the back of the hand. See some thumb hooks sometimes. You got a few. Or I can always just grab a hold and drop those shoulder heads down with the elbows low. Okay. But if they are lifted, right, coming into the hook of the hand, then we have this opportunity to explore a little more range. Inhale, going up. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, maybe rounding in a little further, little by little. Inhale, rounding up. Root the legs, lift the heart. Feel the upper spine move into the chest, opening the throat. And then exhale, tucking in, rounding in, moving inward. Again, any little movement of the head. And then inhale, unwind yourself nice and wide. Exhale, release the hands. All right, let's take the legs out, open them up to a straddle seat now. Again, maybe the little adjustment, spilling forward off the blanket, right? Not on top. And then wiggling through the toes. And then pushing through the heels to curl those toes back. And think about grounding the backs of the thighs, okay? Take the arms up. Lengthen, lengthen. Think about the arms staying by the ears, right? And then begin to shift forward. Flat back. Inhale, press through the legs, rise up. Exhale, lengthen forward. Inhale, lift the arms, rise up. Exhale, lengthen forward. Hold here, letting the hands come to the earth. A little pull of that chest drawing forward. And as the elbows are low, the shoulders can always begin to draw that sensation of down the back. Right? You may want to bring the hands into the inside of the legs. You may like to grab the big toes. Or I enjoy bringing the hands to the inside of the foot and pressing to try to keep that nice external rotation, toes and knees towards the sky. Lengthening through the sides of the waist, finding that gentle lean forward, that reach and extension of the heart, right? The head is just the extra, it's not the lead. And then ground through the legs. Inhale, sweep those arms tall and come on back up. Exhale, release. All right. From here, let's go ahead and bend the knees and come to the long side of the mat, long edge of the mat, right? So lowering down onto the back, the feet are wide. And the feet are wide and off the mat. And then the arms are open, comfortable position of a T or a cactus or a reach overhead. Windshield wiper, drop it into 90, lift it up, drop it into 90, right? Inhale up, exhale, dropping over. Inhale up, exhale, dropping over. Inhale up, drop over and hold. Take that left arm overhead, roll over to the side body and pick yourself up, all right? So as I check out my legs in this windmill position or a 90-90, it's a 90-degree bend, it's a 90-degree bend. The knee is tracking with the hip, the shin is parallel, the shin is parallel to my opposite thigh, and my knee is tracking with the hip in front, right? Okay, lower down. Roll onto the back, roll onto the right, legs over, and then come on up again here. Same, lining up. Beautiful, come on down, lower down, inhale, roll it up, and lift on up. Come on down. Lower through the shoulders, take the legs, and then over and up. Lowering down, right side, shoulder, shoulder, legs, over, and then up. Hold with me here. All right, let's pick up this back leg and bring it around to the front, cross it over. We can kind of tuck the bottom heel in a way that suits you, okay? Coming around, opposite arm is gonna hug my top knee. Back hand is going to kickstand upright, right? Feeling that shoulder slide down the back. And bit by bit, as I root and rise, finding some rotation, travel up through the spine. And then find breath in the rotation, right? So not coming so far that it's got to be held, but coming into a place where you can still maintain and find some life and some movement, right? Some gentle changes in the body, in the pose. If you prefer the arm on the outside, absolutely go ahead and move into what's generally a little more force, right? I've got a little more action here with the elbow than I do with the hug. And then come on back around. Awesome. Pick up the leg, take it back behind you, open up to 90-90, lower down, inhale, round yourself over to the other side, pick it up, and then we do the same. We're gonna lift and cross it over, all right? So if you see me from the back side, you'll be able to see what my back hand is doing. Again, bottom foot's tucked in a place that's comfortable. Opposite arm is going to come over and give a hug. Now this backhand is pretty important, right? I don't want to pivot my arm with my fingers rotating in. This kickstand serves best when it's nice and upright and close to the spine. And I'm going to get that by spiraling the hand out, inner elbow a bit away, shoulder a bit away, and then pressing up to really feel that line. If this is too intense or isn't working for your hips, then I'm going to lean back on it, but I'm still doing that same sensation of kickstand, right? I'm still turning my arm, externally rotating it out, feeling that chest open up. And then again, whether I hug it or I come to the arm on the out or the elbow on the out, and then that rotation climbs up, neck is last, right? Finding the space you need to create the shape and maintain the breath. Beautiful. Head comes around, body comes around. Unwind it, take the leg behind, open up, and then lower back down. Take the legs over, come on up again. Bringing that right leg over the top. Okay, so we're coming to the same base position, but our action's going to be totally different. I'm going to try to trigger a little bit of PNF work, a little muscle distraction, and see if I can get my outer to release a little bit more. So we started in this same basic, but where I'm attempting to go on this one is fire log, okay? So fire log or double pigeon, there's my, coming into it after a little bit of warm up and hips, I'm about there. Let's see what happens if we use a little bit of turning on, exhausting the muscle, and seeing where it may go. So to do that, I'm again going to come around with the opposite arm, but I'm just going to use really the hand, and I'm going to think about cradling this leg. Okay, so my hands are doing some work of pulling it in, holding it up, a little bit of a cradle. Knee is trying to press away the whole time, right? So the knee is going to try to really draw towards the ground, right? And I'm trying to pull it towards me. Knees trying to draw towards the ground, I'm trying to pull it towards me. And I'm holding this effort, right? I'm holding this effort. I'm holding this effort for about 20 seconds. So I'm thinking we're about 12 in. Let's see about a couple more. I'm holding it, I'm holding it, I'm holding it. And then I'm going to release, okay? So if we just see that on a 1 from where we were, already my knee is about 2 or 3 inches lower, okay? I can do the same thing if I'm getting into this fire log position. I can do the same thing from here, okay? So if I have some ability to get here, but I'm stuck up here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cradle it, okay? I'm gonna try to pull it up, but my knee is like, no, 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 no. My leg's like, I'm going down, I'm going down. And my arms are like, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. And so here I am, and I'm staying with it, right? I'm staying with it, right? Trying to resist the action. Feeling this, although I'm directing my knee, it's really all through my thigh and my glute that I'm feeling it. And then again, I'm going to release, right? Inhale, arms up, exhale. Now I'm going to add some gravity assist and some load on top to try to bring that down even a little bit further. Can rest on the elbows. I can go for blocks. You can do hands behind, sitting up. You can also use thumb and hip crease to try to rotate that thigh out. A little self-massage is always nice. Whatever you're choosing to do in whatever position that you're putting your body in right now, let's be really clear that you're not feeling strain or discomfort on the lateral sides of the knees. That's the in or the out, so lateral and medial. Beautiful. And then release. Take the leg around, open it back up, lower down, and then come onto the back. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So coming up, I'm going to go ahead and give a little view. I'm going to bring that back leg around. Okay. Come into where, again, we started, this cross-legged wrap seat. And then I'm going to resist. Okay. I'm going to resist. So pull and then press it away. Staying with it. This is you with you, right? This little personal tug of war is actually going to get you a little bit further. 5 more seconds. And then release, okay? Stay with another round of that if that's where you're working, or begin to open that up to the stacking of the shins, to that double pigeon. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to pull as this resist, right? I'm going to pull as this resist. And I'm also feeling the rooting of my opposite leg. I'm feeling the rooting of my hips, right? Everything that's connected to the mat is drawing down, and my arms are trying to pull that leg up. And then release. Awesome. Okay. We've got something now to work with. Let's see about adding some load on top. So it's just receiving. I'm not trying to hold back on this. I'm just letting the body receive this load. I'm thinking about the breath through the spine, keeping the system calm and present. And again, if I want to, I can add some massage to soothe. Sometimes those tissues, when they're exploring, right, new ranges, new places, they just need to be told, it's okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. Nice. Lifting on up. Okay. Lean it around. Take the leg back. 90-90. Come on back to your backs. Okay. Lift both knees to the sky here and then begin to walk so the knees are pointing up to the ceiling. Lengthen the shoulders down the back, fingertips reaching towards the heels. Press the inner wrist down and then press up to bridge. As you press up to bridge here without moving the legs, try to squeeze the knees into each other. And then without moving the legs, try to pull the knees apart from each other. And then without moving the legs, do both. And then exhale, hollow. And lower the spine down. Awesome. From here, let's go ahead and cross right ankle over left knee. And as you do, the sole of the foot is lining up with the outside of the thigh. So it's not out over here or halfway through. You're making that effort to cross it. And as I flex the foot, it's just to bring a little integrity into the tone and connection of my ankle and my leg because they do magnetize with each other. Okay. And with that, I just get a little more solidification in the pose coming up through the hip. Take the arms out, inhale, twist it. Keep that nice open triangle. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, think about just dropping the hips and then pulling the hip back. So instead of swinging from the legs, try to rotate from the hip and then pull the hip back down to the earth. Nice. One more. And then come on back. Awesome. This time, hand grabs the ankle. That's my left hand grabbing the right ankle, and then I'm going to take that on over. And in fact, I'm going to roll over to the side. So I like to play with a couple things here. One, I might like to change actually the hand that's holding it and let the opposite, so same side hand in this case, and then just feel that neck kind of roll out. Maybe get just a little bit sloppy in the drop of the head and how that tracks up through the side of the neck. So there's one I like to play. The other thing from coming from the roll, I'm going to re-grab and then take this opportunity to just open up the chest like a really lovely twist and really lay both shoulders down. And then from here, trying to soften the ribs and let the right rib cage drop towards the ground as well. Feel the right hip drop towards the ground. And then if you're looking for a little bit of more connection, that free right hand now can reach through and grab the left foot on the base. You can roll the left ear down, right ear, down as you have this nice long side of the left arm connecting to that right ankle. And so if I'm going to make these grabs, these loops, these binds, then they're serving my overall experience in the pose. Beautiful. And then release, take the right arm overhead, take that, left arm overhead, take the left leg out, roll to the left side, and then set yourself up again, fire lock, up, and then drop over. There's another way to come into it. Maybe folding. This one, we're gonna do a little different action and muscle distraction, and I'm gonna move back just so my ankle bones are on my mat because I like that better than the wood. Okay. So here I'm going to think about closing out the chain. And again, it's just to receive information of this shape and experience the pose differently. Okay. So I'm going to use hand and hand, and I'm going to close in. If you're low, you can use forearm and forearm, but I'm thinking about making this connection from my heel up through the knee into the thigh bone and hip joint. And I'm wanting that thigh bone and hip joint to nicely really connect. And with that nice connection, they find some freedom, right? There's an ease rather than this kind of pull and tension around the ligaments. We're going to go ahead and soften that and maybe find some ease and see if we get a little more movement, right? And by movement, I mean more fold, more space created. So here we go. I'm going to close and I'm going to close. And then from here, I'm pulling back on the hip. And then release. And again, did it feel like a little less, a little more release, a little bit of a drop? Did you just like that experience of connecting and understanding that relationship of thigh bone and hip joint? Okay, come on around, back, and then undo the legs. Okay, let them lengthen out, let them shake out, let them wiggle out. Take the arms overhead, stretch, and then exhale, bend the knees. Press the arms down, lift back up to bridge. Okay, we worked the legs last time on this. Let's work the feet. Okay, so right here, try to pull your heels a little bit towards your bum. Feel how that fired up. Now press your big toe mound into the ground. Notice if that takes you higher. Right? We talked about the knees trying to pull apart, the knees trying to squeeze together, but really this action is beginning at the feet, right? So what does it feel like if when you pull the heels towards you, you also try to pull them out? They're not moving. What does it feel like if when you press into the big toes, you also squeeze the knees or squeeze the inner feet together? What does it feel like if you try to do all that? Heels, pull towards, out, inner, through. And then release all of that. Awesome. Okay, other side. Left goes on top. Foot is in line with the outer. Arms are out. Taking the twist over. And then again, pulling that hip down. Nice little oblique contraction. Really getting into the QL as well, that backside body, as that side anchors its way back down. So I'm not coming from the legs. I'm coming from the hips and that waistline connection over. Nice. Okay, let's leave it here. And then again, I'm going to reach with the hand and I'm going to roll everything over, right? So I'm going to switch, same side hand is going to grab it, so that same side arm is the leg. And then I'm just going to get a little sloppy and maybe roll open a little bit just so I feel that right line of a little pull, gentle stretch on the side of the neck that I like. Right? And then you always have the option to go right to it. It would be the opposite hand, right? The arm that you're going to. So it's the right arm and the left leg. And then I can open, big circle up and just really take that nice twist to open. With that, I feel not only the shoulders come down, the arm come down, but I'm trying to drop then that rib cage, that left rib cage, that left side body towards the ground, the hip towards the ground. It's all trying to come back in that same direction. Stay in here or come in and grabbing the tail. And then if we've got that, we can again play with turning the neck in one way or another and noticing how the arms help with that. How do the arms, the hold, the grab, how does that translate to what's happening in the leg? If I'm grabbing and they're just tucking it in, then I've lost this place of, open and rolling the hips, then it's not really serving me to come into the bind, right? And I'm better served experiencing the pose from more of a open, wide, less connective spot. Nice. And then roll yourself back over, side as you began, coming up on the right side, and then pulling that right leg out. I'm going to go ahead and drop, and I'm going to see what that double pigeon is here, right? See how that landed for me. And then again, I'm going to work a connection, heel, soles of foot, tracking up through knee, up through hip, in this place of finding space, right? So as I push, I'm not going everything small. I'm pressing here to see if I can get more space, more rotation of my pelvis spilling forward, right, to lengthen me down, right? Because I've got to get that rotation in the hips to move into the fold. And then release yourself out. Awesome. Undo. 2 legs down. Nice and long. Arms overhead. Shake out. Inhale, take the fingers to the sky, chin towards the chest, curling up. After all that activation on the backside of the glutes, we're going to stretch it all out, walk the sits bones back, back, back as you reach forward, 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 feeling that hip rotate, rotate, rotate. Inhale, open up the chest. Good with straight legs, here you go. Not great with straight legs, bend them, right? Bend them. Finding either your strap, right, or grabbing outer foot, big toes, lifting the chest, and then maybe walking the sits bones back, getting low here, feeling a little bit like chair pose, dropping the arms, right? And then as you work your way down, right, if you find yourself low, ribs to thighs, belly coming down, then the last, just drop the head. And if those legs are straight, can you firm them a bit into the mat? And then inhale, lift yourself up. Nice. Cross over, hands down, all fours. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. And then move in the cow. Shift it forward, shift it back. Maybe it's the rock of the hips from side to side. Exhale, press and round it through. Chin to the chest, head hangs. Again, little movement, forward and back, rocking side to side. Neutralize, tuck the toes, lift up, down dog. Bend the right leg, and then bend the left leg. Bend the right leg, and then bend the left leg. Nice. Inhale, take the right leg up, bend the knee and open up the hip. Maybe straightening that right leg out on that hip opener. Glute a little more engaged. And then square the hip and set it down. Nice little reset coming into the hands. Plank pose. Exhale, lift it up and back. Down dog. All right, let's take the left leg up. Bend the knee and open the hip. Push the right foot into the ground to open the hip with the left. And then while you're there, consider extending that leg out. Square yourself back up and set the foot down. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, knees down, sit back, child's pose. Breathing into the broadness of the shoulder blades in the back. Slide your hands back, chin to the chest, round up. Arms extend, hands at heart. Thanks for joining me for some hip mobility. Just a nice, easy way to start the day, get some movement, and then go outside, walk, ride a bike, hike, run, skate, move. Go enjoy this beautiful day. Thanks. Take care. See you soon.